Coming up, a very special Nerd Remix Radio with the beautiful Rebekah Herzberg. Viva los nerds!
Hi, this is Jessica Cameron, and I'm with the NerdRemix.
Where in hell are you from anyway, Private? Sir, Texas, sir! Holy dog shit! Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, Private Cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrowed it down.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
But your regenerated circuits are tuned asynchronously, and that causes concatenation in the intermediate amplifiers. That's good.
I have pain.
That's good.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
That's good.
We are live. Nerd Remix Radio, and Derek has a special guest.
Oh, yes, I do. Would my special guest want to introduce herself?
Hey, it's Rebekah Herzberg.
I know. What exactly do you do anyway?
I do everything. I don't know where to begin. I do, my main gig is limiting. I've also ballerina for a long time. Modeling, I'm still very active in that. Just started doing work with horror films. Grew up doing theater, I did it in school, but it was just nothing that I actually thought that I'd get into, but somehow I just kind of stumbled into it, I guess.
Well, thank you. I said, thanks. So today, what are we talking about today, Tom?
I went to Chicago Comic-Con yesterday. That was kind of cool, my first comic book experience. So, that was like a 4.5 hour drive one way to Chicago, which really sucked. And then Chicago Con, I was not prepared for the herds of nerds there. Few observations. They're laid out better than most horror conventions. I know you've heard me complain a lot about Horror Hound Weekend, the festivals that Horror Hound magazine puts on. They're always in great guests and everything else. They're always laid out like shit and in crappy venues. This was a nice big venue, laid out really nice. The only place that was really congested was like Autograph Alley, but the autograph prices were outrageous as compared to horror conventions. And note to nerdy guys, the Sheldon shirts that say Bazinga on the front were probably clever like 8 months ago.
Hey, I have a question for everybody. What's the farthest y'all ever traveled to a convention?
New York.
New York? Oh, wow. You have me beat. The most I traveled was within the state.
I would say either Chicago or Cincinnati was a pretty long drive, too.
All right, when you went to New York, did you take an airplane or did you travel by car?
I took an airplane. Actually, one of my best friends lives up there. His name's John Johnny. And so we both fly back and forth a lot to see each other. And, yeah, we went to Comic-Con, and we also went to the 10th anniversary of the Royal Tenenbaums screening. And Bill Murray was there, and Jeremy Houston. Glenn Paltrow was also there, and we were like right there in the front. I got a lot of great pictures from it, so it was totally worth it. I'm very glad that I went. I only got to stay for the weekend, though.
Oh, that's one movie I don't hear much about. I actually loved that movie when it first came out.
Awesome. Some people, like, it's one of those films, you get it or you don't. Like, my man friend is just like, this movie's stupid. I don't do that. Like, well, you're stupid.
It's sort of like Wes Anderson, though. I think it's a love him or hate him, sort of like Rushmore and all his other films. You either like them or you don't.
You know, I experience a lot of the same things.
Dry humor, you know.
Like, The Big Lebowski, I'm a big fan of that movie, and I know it's got like a cult status about it, but I've shown it to different friends, and they're like, what's so funny about this? This movie sucks.
You know, I never met one person who did not like The Big Lebowski. Everybody loves the dude. Come on, it's the dude.
There's only one person I know that didn't like the Big Lebowski. That was my old roommate, but she sucked. So She didn't like many things, but yeah, Pickle Buffy rules. I could play that movie for days.
Oh, I actually heard that you're quite a collector of VHS horror, aren't you?
Yes, I even made a video showing off part of my collection, because they're all boxes in this, one of our closets upstairs is huge, and it's just like, I've even taken pictures of them, it's just boxes filled with VHS.
What is your rarest VHS you own?
The rarest I'd have to say is called the Booby Trap. I think it's, no, the Booby Hatch. So, the Booby Hatch.
The Booby Hatch?
Yeah, it was, I was really excited when I came across it, because I've never heard of it before. And I did some researching. It's supposedly worth a lot of money, but I don't know if I'm actually going to sell it or not. The cover art was pretty sweet. It's kind of like a sex education, like sexploitation film.
That's one thing I love about old VHSs is the cover art. They somehow come up with the most creative and weirdest cover art that usually, has something to do with the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It's pretty awesome. People ask me all the time why the fuck would you want to collect VHS? And I think I have the same answer that every VHS collector has. Is one, I prefer more film and DVDs. I don't know, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges, I guess. But, the cover art, like my childhood going to the movie store like every weekend during movies, I'd sit there and stare at all the horror cover art. I was in love, so obsessed. It was like, I have to see every movie on the shelf.
My VCR is on its last leg. I really need something to fix it. It's on life support right now. Every time I turn it on, it makes this wailing sound, and then there's this big old black, just tons of black stuff right on the bottom of the screen.
Dude, I have 3 working machines right now. A school auction. I bought like 4 of them.
I'm sure you can buy some on eBay or...
Probably the DVD and VHS combo. I might be able to buy one of those.
I have one.
Yeah, I got lucky. My father, he buys everything. Like, if he buys stereos, he'll buy like 5 of them. Whenever cassette tapes were going out, he bought like a shitload of cassette tape players, so he would never run out. So he had a shitload of VHS, never used before. That's what I used to watch my tapes.
Hey,
I found a few good VHSs. I found Fred and Ray's The Tomb, actually. I've yet to see it, but I'm actually kind of a fan of old Fred's movies, even if they're not, up to par to some film.
Hey, what do you think of this new trend where indie filmmakers are putting out VHS versions of their movies? There's a lot of people doing that, kind of following suit like the record industry did with putting vinyl out. But like Berdinsky's putting out a special edition of the Italian zombie movies, I think, on VHS. Midnight Mausoleum did that limited edition thing of theirs on VHS, and I know the dude that did The Taint has put out different special edition VHSs. I mean, are those collectible or?
I actually really like that people are starting to put their stuff on VHS. I actually think it's really cool, especially whenever they do the VHS and they try and keep it with the covers of the old VHS covers. I think those are really cool. The ones I don't like is whenever it just, it has the same cover, same back as the DVD, and it just, it just looks the same. I sort of like it when they go a little bit different. And if I see some good VHSs out there that are for sale, I'd probably pick them up.
Okay.
Alright, did that not answer your question at all?
No, I was waiting for somebody else. I was waiting for my turn, I guess. But yeah, the Midnight Mausoleum stuff, definitely check that out. They even put like old 80s commercials in, when they break into the movie to, do their little skits and stuff. There's also like commercials from the 80s for cheesy like car dealerships and shit that I thought was a really nice touch. And then cover art that Berdinsky did for that house with the morgue. It's even got like the Reynolds.
I have a real hard time hearing Tom.
Oh, okay.
Tom, we always have problems with audio problems with Tom. I never understand why, but there's one thing I really wanted to mention before we stop this whole thing. It's Splatterfest.
Yeah.
I definitely want to, is there something, can you tell us exactly what Splatterfest is?
Splatterfest is basically some competition. I don't know how many are entered in this year. I heard that supposedly there's like 11 newbies. Roxy called me right afterwards. She's like, dude, there's a whole bunch of fucking people. I don't even know. Like, so I guess it's like branching out. More and more people are getting into it. But it's a film festival. You have, I think it's 48 hours to basically write a script and make a film. And then we have a weekend festival. Like last year, Bruce Campbell came. And it's just basically an award show. I don't know who wrote on it because I didn't get to go to the award show last year. I was in one of the films, and our film won 7 awards, including Roxy. She won Best Actress.
Oh, congratulations.
In our film, she won Best Scream, and I almost cried on set because I couldn't believe how well she could scream. And it's excruciating. It's all night long, several hours put into it.
Yeah, man, it's only a few hours you have to make the film, and that's shooting, writing, and everything, editing. From what I hear, the mixer seems pretty cool. It's, $3 wells, $2 Miller Lite drafts, and from what I hear, the drinks were really cheap.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about the drinks, but I know that everyone was pretty drunk.
It probably goes hand in hand. Drinks are cheap, people get drunk, everybody has fun.
Hey, Bruce Campbell, by the way, he was supposed to be at Comic-Con yesterday, was not at his table the whole time I was there. It kind of sucked.
I had that with Ernie Hudson once. He wasn't at his table at all. He was like, hey, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and then he never returned. One thing I did this weekend, which was pretty cool, is I actually bought Max Payne 3, and I actually beat it in 2 sittings. Is anybody else here a video game fan?
I'm more of an old schooler. I did play Resident Evil when it first came out, but I haven't played anything since. But I did play Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and all that stuff with my daughter because I still love it, and Mortal Kombat, you know. But as far as new video games, I don't think I even have the time for it if I wanted to.
I'm not sure I'm entirely comfortable, Derek, I'm not sure I'm entirely comfortable with you using the phrase, I beat it twice in one sitting, or beat it in one sitting, or something like that.
No, it took 2 sittings to beat it, which, just 6 hours. Wait, why would you feel comfortable about me saying that?
Well, sitting down and beating it for 6 hours twice, it just doesn't seem right coming out of your mouth, I don't know.
I get it. You're so funny.
Hey, while Rebecca's still on, can you hear me, Rebecca?
Yeah, I can make out some words that you're saying, but it keeps breaking up in between.
I wanted to ask you, when Derek mentioned that you were going to be on the podcast, I said to him, I think she was in one of these online wars that Elsk McCain was having with people. Was that you?
Derek, can you repeat what you said?
He said, I can't really make out. He said something about Elsig Kane.
Oh, God, yeah, that's my fucking No. Cannot talk about it. As far as I know, we're trying to just settle things and not talk about each other. And so I don't want to say anything about the woman at all. I wish her the best.
I just saw the online war, and I was wondering what was going on, because I know she has wars with a lot of people online, like Perry Teo and Greg Lamberson, and there was a couple others.
Perry Teo? Did he make the Necromancer?
It was Necromentia.
That was it. That was one of your first reviews. I remember that.
Absolutely.
Well, I believe that we should bring this podcast to an end. Is there any final words anybody wants to spread?
I guess I'll see y'all at Spotterfest. Are you coming?
I'm going to try and make it this year. I'm not quite sure if I will. I hope I can. And if I am, I will make it. And hopefully I'll see Joe there. I forgot if Joe's going to make it this year. But, and Carrie helps run it, right?
Yeah, Carrie Byer.
Yeah, Carrie Byer from the famous Spirit Camp, which is a really good film. If y'all have the time, I suggest really checking it out. Anyway, every week I have to do a little words of wisdom for everybody to close off the podcast. And like always, I have to come up with it right on the spot. And like always, I have nothing. So, I guess I'm just going to blurt out with some words of wisdom. That's, if you ever, I guess got nothing, man. Feed your dogs if you have dogs. Don't let them go hungry.
And as always, that's the great and terrible Derek Huey, and I'm Tom, and our special guest, Derek.
Oh, our special guest is definitely Rebekah, and she helps with Splatterfest, and she has a lot of good things coming up. She actually has, she's actually going,
Fister. The Grindhouse film, Mr. Fister.
Oh yes, the Grindhouse film, Mr. Fister, and also if you want to check her out, she's also has a picture in the Nerd Girl section, in the Horror Hotties on the NerdRemix site, and we also have a link to her blog site, and till next week, everybody have a good time.
Enjoy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, definitely.